It's been an interesting journey for me with MS because MS, multiple sclerosis, most easily explained, and many of you have heard me say it a million times, is a Wi-Fi connection from here to my mouth. And this is the way I talk with MS, not because I'm smoking herb. This is dysphonia. So the connection is like a Wi-Fi connection to when I'm hitting the buttons on a controller or trying to hit the right key or to pick up my cup of coffee is a fucking disaster. And the Wi-Fi signal from the brain to the fingers, to the mouth, or my legs gets broken, it gets interrupted because the immune system, in my opinion, is confused. But the immune system, it attacks and deteriorates the protective coating, the myelin coating on the nerves of the brain. We don't know why, but the immune system, that's what it's doing. And so that's what it causes, a broken Wi-Fi signals. I don't know when my legs are going to turn off. I can get up right now, but if I'm up for 5 minutes, I might pay for it for 5 hours. And my legs could turn off at any time that Wi-Fi signal could be broken. Then I'll hit the ground. And that's multiple sclerosis. And so if you know somebody with multiple sclerosis or you meet somebody in your world with MS, now you know what's up. And so I'm glad I could share. So thanks for listening to what I had to share. And so when you interact with somebody that you've never met before that has MS, they might not be drunk or stoned. And if they do something silly, be patient. Yeah. Thanks for listening to what I had to say, guys. And welcome to Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month. Everywhere around the world. And welcome to day 2 of Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month. And that's this month. If you guys joined me the other day, thanks for joining me. Thanks for the long, nice chats about MS. Thanks for the questions. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the interest. And thanks for becoming aware of what MS is and how it's affected 3 million people adversely worldwide and what you can do to help cure it. If you'd like to donate to the MS Society, you can hit !MS, and there is a link directly to their website where you can hit that donate button. And if you do donate, and if you've donated in the past to the MS Society, thank you on behalf of all of us with MS. I'm doing okay. I'm doing pretty good. I'm feeling better. Yesterday, past couple of days was a bad day, but I'm always in good spirits. I was really sick, and I don't want people to think I'm looking for a pity party because I'm not looking for anybody to feel sorry for me, but I'm sharing these symptoms when people interact with other folks that they may meet down the road with multiple sclerosis. They will know why they are talking this way. Yeah. They concluded that the wild ancestor dysphonia, cannabis sativa, most likely, and so I share my symptoms because I feel that they're interesting and bizarre and fascinating. Multiple sclerosis is a very strange illness, but I'm doing better. I am. I'm about back to my normal self. If I would get up, the past couple of days, if I would get up, I would fall down. I was not able to walk because I had no equilibrium, no zenith. It was like, I call it MS vertigo. Yeah. And you know, I was trying to say that it doesn't happen that often where it's that bad, where I just have to sit still all day, the next day, until it goes away. So sometimes, if you do meet somebody, a friend, a family, a new friend that has MS, now you know what's going on with them. As summer comes on, my friends, and welcome to the very first day of the official March to End MS. March is MS Awareness Month, and I'll be raising MS awareness like I do every day. That's one of the primary reasons I came onto Twitch, was to raise awareness and continue my mission for the MS Society. Apricots, baby. Oh no, I'm feeling better now. Donuts, man, right on. I love donuts. Thank you. Hans, what's shaking?
Later, selective breeding produced taller plants full of stem fibers,
Everything.
which were used to make textiles,
Everything and nothing all at the same time. And that's what you will find in the middle of nowhere.
Psychoactive components in early cultivated cannabis sativa were low, indicating it was not yet valued as a drug.
Yeah, I'm glad it doesn't happen that often. For some people, that's every day.
Species came to be as a challenge. As a 2022
As summer comes on, you know, you meet somebody with MS, their body temperatures are higher. Always ask people with MS, you know, how you doing? Is there anything I can do to make you more comfortable? That's my message for the day.
Strong fibers.
I'm doing good. I'm chilling.
Are largely due to
I haven't worn underwear since the
Though they
70s.
originally cultivated it for its nutritious seeds, ancient China soon found many additional uses.
Good to see you guys. Thanks for the friendlies. Semantic, Shooky, welcome. Donuts right back at ya. Hans, good to see you. How's your day? What's new? And, my friends, can you believe this guy interrupting me right here on this video? What a beautiful piece of artwork. What was your goals for the day, my friends, and did you accomplish your goals for the day?
But as it turned out, sturdy fibers.
And what was the best part of your day? We'll put a smile on your face today. And don't say it's mangy old me. I'll finish my dishes. I will get the trash out.
The father of Chinese medicine included cannabis sativa in his medical encyclopedia under the name.
Get some chili. I'm gonna have some chili on some spaghetti.
Rheumatism, constipation, gout, malaria.
Oh, constipation. Punk rock band name of the day.
Concoction of cannabis resins mixed with wine was administered to patients during major surgeries.
Can you believe these guys?
Chinese farmers.
Let's see something nice. 5 minutes.
Let's
Let's see what's going on over here.
Figuring out exactly when
You guys want to go out in my yard?
Cannabis sativa.
This is Willoughby Run. This is my front yard. And 160 years ago, there were 50,000 men trying to kill each other here. Right? And there's been a couple of times that I turn my camera on because I see crazy lights down here. And so here we are in my front yard, right out my window in one of the most haunted places in the world, Gettysburg National Battlefield. It's peaceful, isn't it? Yep, we'll be outside butt naked in our wheelchair with a bar of soap. And then we have the train goes by, the bridge. Now that bridge was not there 160 years ago, but the Confederate invaders came down that unfinished railway to try to get into town. And of course, they were met by the Iron Brigade. Awesome. Welcome to Gettysburg. Soon our vines will be growing. Yep, our vines will be growing. So I'm looking forward to being outside more. Yep, right on. Spring's coming. The tulips will be blooming. We'll have some bitchin' spring thunderstorms coming up over the mountains. It'll be awesome. Yep, we'll be outside butt naked in our wheelchair with a bar of soap. Be perfect. Welcome, you guys. Good afternoon. Excellent. Excellent. High five. Semantic. Bitchin'. Awesome. And if the opportunity affords itself, my friends, and you're out and about in your world, in your community, and you have a disabled neighbor, you know they're disabled, don't be afraid to reach out and ask them if they need anything. You turn their frown upside down. In your communities, make a difference when the opportunity presents itself in your town, in your neighborhood. Do a good deed when the opportunity presents itself. And you might end up with a lap dance from a lonely widow. I'm doing good, you guys. Thanks for asking. Tucker's around here somewhere. Let's check it out. This is where I live. Welcome to Gettysburg. That's what I look at out my window. That's the Harris Ridge Inn right up here on the hill. You guys have seen this on my live stream all the time when I'm outside. Buy tickets for a thing for my partner's birthday. Website thinks I'm a bot and kicked me out. Huh. No hands can. Maybe. I think so. I think so. I think so. Thank you for sharing, Shooky. I think so. Welcome to Gettysburg. I live over there on the left. Right on. Thanks for joining me in my world. He was paralyzed from the neck down from a construction accident. Unfortunately passed some years ago, but played games with his limited abilities and advocated for people. Right on. Right on. You know, Quad Gaming D. He's my quadriplegic friend. He's my quadriplegic friend. You guys probably know Quad Gaming D. He's a quadriplegic. My uncle was a quadriplegic. I grew up with my uncle, living in my uncle's house quite a bit. My uncle was a quadriplegic. He had a diving accident in the 70s. And I built him his first computer, got him into computers 30 years ago. And then he started playing video games, even though he couldn't use his hands. He had limited movement with his arms. And so I got him a wheel, and he loved NASCAR, got him racing games. Heck yeah, man. And it's been an interesting journey for me with MS, because MS, multiple sclerosis, most easily explained, and many of you have heard me say it a million times, is a Wi-Fi connection from here to my mouth. And this is the way I talk with MS, not because I'm smoking herb. This is dysphonia. So the connection is like a Wi-Fi connection to when I'm hitting the buttons on a controller, or trying to hit the right key, or to pick up my cup of coffee is a fucking disaster. And the Wi-Fi signal from the brain to the fingers, to the mouth, or my legs gets broken. It gets interrupted because the immune system, in my opinion, is confused. But the immune system, it attacks and deteriorates the protective coating, the myelin coating on the nerves of the brain. We don't know why, but the immune system, that's what it's doing. And so that's what it causes, are broken Wi-Fi signals. I don't know when my legs are going to turn off. I can get up right now, but if I'm up for 5 minutes, I might pay for it for 5 hours. And my legs could turn off at any time that Wi-Fi signal could be broken. Then I'll hit the ground. And that's multiple sclerosis. And so if you know somebody with multiple sclerosis, or you meet somebody in your world with MS, now you know what's up. And so I'm glad I could share. So thanks for listening to what I had to share. And so when you interact with somebody that you've never met before that has MS, they might not be drunk or stoned. And if they do something silly, be patient. Yeah. Thanks for listening to what I had to say, guys. And welcome to Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month. Everywhere around the world. You believe this guy?
Good morning.
And we must learn to laugh, or we will weep ourselves to death.
Yeah, Dick. Dick from...
Always be in
That's
good
correct.
spirits.
I'm calling you
May
back.
the gloom find you
This
smiling.
is Big Dick.
Oh, Dick.
Big Dick.
Thank you so much for sharing, Shooky.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for
We do that as well. We
the
just
kind,
keep
thought-provoking
on digging
conversation.
until we hit the spot. You have a good day.
Oh, this guy, holy shit. Big pooper scooper.
Only in Pennsylvania.
She can no longer walk and is often in severe pain.
One thing that is just intolerable for me are these excruciating leg cramps.
Powerful muscle relaxants didn't help. She now has a medical marijuana permit and uses an extract specifically made for her.
I tried it as a last resort, and it's been an absolute blessing for me.
Today, for the first time, the American Academy of Neurology said medical marijuana is an effective treatment for some symptoms of multiple sclerosis.
And they
Oh, yeah.
tell me that
Yes, eventually I will just be
marijuana
eating
helps.
only
That's not the
edibles
kind of evidence we can
because
put
smoking anything,
Since marijuana has been illegal in the United States, research into benefits
MS awareness message of the day, smoking anything makes your legs with multiple sclerosis. Anybody out there with primary progressive MS is what I have, primary progressive MS. People having issues with their legs. Smoking is the worst thing for MS legs.
and risks, such as cognitive side effects.
First one's
have
free.
been
Tell your
severely
friends.
hampered. In fact, there's
So
only
edibles
one
are the way to
federally
go.
approved source for study
100%.
Scott. Now medical marijuana is being made legal by state voters.
Is it only combustion? Would vaping be different? Vaping is the best way to get THC. And this is just from my learning what I've learned for MS, for multiple sclerosis, that vaping is, I believe, and I could be wrong, that vaping is the most direct and fastest way to get the THC into your system. And he's specifically speaking to people with MS, where edibles take time, but boy, when they hit me, they hit you, and I won't feel it for like an hour, and I'm like, man, I want my symptoms to go away. I want my legs to feel better. I'm sitting here just waiting for these symptoms to go away. When's this gonna kick in? But when it kicks in, boy, holy shit, it kicks in. Edibles hit me hard. And I know a lot of other people have shared similar stories that edibles will sneak up on you. They'll T-bone you when you least expect it. I like to smoke. I'm a fidgety person. I've been outside in my occupation my whole life, and now I'm isolated inside since COVID-19, and then I ended up in a wheelchair about the same time, using a wheelchair quite a bit. I sit here all day. So I'm gonna sit in my cozy chair, right? Cozy booty. But being in a chair is ideal for me because I've fallen down too many times, and that's when I started using a chair. Because it's dangerous. I'm by myself most of the time. Yep. And welcome to Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers Friday, here on our very first day of MS Awareness Month. Thanks for listening to what I had to say about multiple sclerosis. It's important. It's my last crusade. It's my last mission. Hopefully I can shed some light on this illness. The more people know about it, people don't know about it, people don't know how it is affecting people's lives adversely, no one's ever going to cure it. We've been trying to cure MS for 100 years. Yep, last year was the 100-year anniversary of the founding of the MS Society. I started smoking herb again after many, many years of not smoking herb because of MS, and it's helped me a lot. But I have other illnesses too. I have hereditary hemochromatosis, chronic costochondritis. The primary reason I began using tetrahydrocannabinol is for narcolepsy, because my narcolepsy had taken over my life. My sleep was not regular for almost a year. It helped day one. Yeah, it helped day one. I started sleeping normally for the first time. I was headed for a freaking... Narcolepsy's like being in Fight Club, but there's no fights. Yeah, it's surreal. When you don't know, your sleep patterns are so crazy and irregular for months and months and months and months. It puts you to a surreal state. And so one bowl made me sleep just like everybody else. Sleeping at night, going to bed about 10, 12 o'clock, waking up early in the morning. One coffin nail in the coffin of narcolepsy, right? Yeah. If I wasn't sick, I probably wouldn't be smoking weed at all. I'd smoke a couple of joints a year with my uncle, you know. But with my symptoms, I wouldn't be smoking weed if it didn't help my symptoms. I wouldn't waste my time or my money, you know, buying meds. Yeah, but it's helped me. It's helped me. It doesn't help everybody with MS. It's not a cure for MS. It helps a lot of people. The majority of people that I know, and I know a lot of people with MS. I've interviewed thousands of people, talked to thousands of people over the years with MS to see what their experiences are like, because it gives me a roadmap of what's to come. The more I ask, the more I question. These people who've been down that road before, they gave me a roadmap. They showed me what's up and what's to come. And most of those people have used cannabis for years to help their symptoms, help us manage them at least a little bit, keep them at bay. But I also use cannabis for other illnesses. I have hereditary hemochromatosis, chronic costochondritis. I think, it's my opinion, I'm not a doctor, but it helps distract me from the pain. But I know it does increase my blood flow, hair flow, everything in my body. But smoking's bad. But like Mary Poppins said, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. So I'm looking forward to brownies and cookies from my medicine. So if I get low dosage brownies, right? Then you get to eat more brownies. The downside is that most people worldwide that have multiple sclerosis are female. Probably 60, 70%, maybe 80%. The majority of people in the world with multiple sclerosis are female. That's the downside. The upside is, that's more for me. That's right. And happy lunchtime to you all, you guys. Thanks for the kind chat. Thanks for spending some of your time and some of mine. Upside, downsides. There's always an upside to every downside. I just told you about how diet affects and creates and causes problems. That consistency, when you see a sign that says 1 billion served. Chow down. When you get MS, you get a promotion. You're no longer a space cadet. You become a space commander, baby. Adapt and overcome. Always move forward. Message of the month. Always move forward. One pill per month. You got one pill, lasts a month, and it may or may not slow down the progression of illnesses like primary progressive multiple sclerosis. It might work, it might not. There's a lot of success cases. It costs $20,000 a month. There's 3 million people, only 3 million people. Now to me, that sounds like a rare illness. There's 3 million people in the world that have multiple sclerosis. I think it might be 3.2 now that we're discovering it. So many people are misdiagnosed. I was told I didn't have MS. 5 years later, I ended up in a wheelchair just like my doctor said I would. But the neurologist was wrong. He wasn't very well versed in MS. But my doctor was correct. He was right. So many people around the world are misdiagnosed, and now diagnoses are getting better, so we're discovering that more and more people have it. But given the fact that we have more than 7 billion people in the world, but there's only 3 million people with MS, which is bad enough, shouldn't we be able to find out a cure for 3 million people? Sure we should, and in time we will. And I think that begins with less corruption in the distribution of goods and services at the highest levels. And thanks for listening to my yammer. You guys want to go to Japan? I was going to go somewhere. Where are we going to go? I think Need for Speedland. Let's hope this transition doesn't blow our minds. Let's see where we're at. This ought to be a shocker.
Multiple sclerosis is a disease that impacts the brain and spinal cord, which make up the central nervous system that controls everything we do. whether it's taking a physical step or solving a complex problem. The exact cause of MS is unknown, but we do know that something triggers the immune system to attack the brain and spinal cord. The resulting damage to myelin that insulates wire-like nerve fibers is a disruption of signals to and from the brain. This interruption of communication signals causes unpredictable symptoms such as numbness, tingling, mood changes, memory problems, pain, fatigue, blindness, or paralysis. Everyone's experience with MS is different, and these losses may be temporary or long-lasting. Most people initially have relapsing remitting MS, where they experience attacks of new symptoms followed by periods of time when those symptoms go away partially or completely. Others experience gradual and ongoing loss of function without distinct attacks, which is known as progressive MS. MS can be difficult to diagnose, but once a diagnosis is confirmed by a neurologist who is knowledgeable about MS, there are disease-modifying therapies for reducing attacks and slowing down the damage. Growing evidence suggests that early and ongoing treatment with a disease-modifying therapy is an important defense against future attacks. There are also treatment strategies to address some MS symptoms. Options are still limited for slowing down or stopping progressive MS. Worldwide research is accelerating the discovery of how to slow down or even stop progressive MS, how to repair nervous system damage and restore function, wellness strategies such as exercise and diet that can help people with MS to live their best lives, and the exact cause of MS so that it may be prevented for future generations. To learn more about multiple sclerosis, connect with others to drive research for a cure, and to address the challenges of everyone affected by MS, visit nationalmssociety.org or call 1-800-344-4867.